Good day, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Daily Strange Stories. I'm John Brown. Our lead story for today: how President Ramaphosa will deal with Minister Senzo Mchunu. General Mkhwanazi's life is now in danger, he's been promised death. In the intricate web of South Africa's political landscape, a storm is brewing within the South African Police Service, SAPS, threatening to expose a deep-seated rot at the highest levels. The central figure in this unfolding drama is President Cyril Ramaphosa, who now faces mounting pressure to take decisive action against Police Minister Senzo Mchunu following explosive allegations made by KwaZulu-Natal, KZN, Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi on the 6th of July 2025. The core of the issue stems from accusations that Mchunu has been interfering in high-profile criminal investigations to shield individuals with connections to criminal syndicates and senior police officials.
On the 26th of March 2025, this year, a total of 121 case dockets that were under investigation were taken away from the task team as directed by a Deputy National Commissioner Crime Detection, a Lieutenant General Sibia, who was acting on the instruction of the Minister of Police to disband the team. This was done without the authority of the National Commissioner, nor I, as a Provincial Commissioner, was never informed. These case dockets have since March been sitting at the head office ever since, without any investigation work done on them. 5 of these dockets had already instruction to arrest perpetrators, but nothing has been done because a Lieutenant General Sibia, being instructed by the minister, executing instruction of the minister, withdrew all these dockets and they are sitting in archive in his office in Pretoria. God knows why. And I can confirm before the South Africans today that the investigation which these members were involved with in Gauteng has unmasked the syndicate. And this syndicate involves, amongst others, politicians who are currently serving in Parliament. The law enforcement officers include the members of the South African Police Service, the Metro Police, and Correctional Services. They include prosecutors in Gauteng province, the judiciary, and all these are controlled by the drug cartel as well as business people in that province of Gauteng. This act, of course, undermines the criminal justice system in this country.
These allegations, if proven true, paint a disturbing picture of corruption and political maneuvering within the very institutions tasked with upholding the law. One of the most serious accusations leveled against Mchunu is that he allegedly ordered the disbandment of a task team investigating political killings and organized crime in KZN. This task team, established in 2018, was specifically designed to tackle the pervasive issue of political assassinations that have plagued the province for years. Mkhwanazi claims that Mchunu's directive to shut down the task team came in December 2024, allegedly under pressure from his associates, including businessmen Vusimusi, Kat, Matlala, and Brown Mukhotsi.
The evidence has been found in the cell phone of Mr. Vusimus, also known as Kat Matlala, which shows the communication between Mr. Brown Mukhotsi and the Minister of Police, Mr. Senzo Mchunu. On the 30th December 2024, the ballistic expert issued a ballistic report which linked these firearms not only with the murder of Mr. Swart, but these firearms were linked with a number of high-profile cases. And these cases include very high-profile South African artists that were murdered in Gauteng, which occurred dating back as far as 2021. I'm not going to mention them, but we have them on record. On the 31st of December 2024, the Minister of Police, Mr. Senzo Mchunu, issues a letter to disband the political killings task team and to suspend the filling of vacancies within crime intelligence.
The allegations against Nhlanhla are particularly concerning. Mkhwanazi stated that Nhlanhla was awarded a 360 million rand police contract in 2024, and further investigations revealed that he was financially supporting Mchunu's political activities, along with Mkhwanazi. This raises serious questions about potential conflicts of interest and the misuse of public funds for political gain.
On the 14th of May this year, 2025, the task team arrested Vusi Muzi, who is also known as Cat Nhlanhla, for an attempted murder ×3. I must highlight that this Mr. Vusi Muzi Cat Nhlanhla is an individual who was awarded a police contract of over 360 million rand in 2024. An analysis was conducted on electronic communication of this arrested person. This analysis reveals communication between the arrested Vusi Muzi at Cat Nhlanhla, Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi, an associate of the Minister of Police, as well as the Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu. On the 1st of January, the letter is issued on the 31st. On the 1st of January, 2025, Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi sends a WhatsApp to Vusi Muzi Cat Nhlanhla, and it reads as follows, I quote, "I have arranged a meeting for Sibiya and the minister. They must have a solution." And it follows another message. "The task team that came to your house and harassed you have been dissolved. They got the letter on Monday. As we speak, they are bringing all docket to Sibiya." This letter is issued on the 31st of December 2024. This communication is on the very next day, the 1st of January 2025, where it says the dockets have been called and have been sent to Sibiya.
Furthermore, Mkhwanazi alleges a deliberate effort to stall investigations into the murders of prominent entertainment figures, claiming that senior police officials tied to drug cartels were protecting criminal networks. This accusation suggests a disturbing level of complicity between law enforcement and organized crime, potentially allowing criminals to operate with impunity. The implications of these allegations are far-reaching. Crime expert Calvin Raffaidi has warned that the credibility of SAPS is on the line and that restoring public trust requires decisive action from the presidency. He has called on President Ramaphosa to fire Mchunu and establish an independent investigation to demonstrate his commitment to cleaning up law enforcement. Meanwhile, in a media briefing on Wednesday morning, National Police Commissioner General Fanny Masemola revealed that KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has been receiving death threats and his security has been beefed up. Masemola addressed journalists virtually from a facility in Vanderbijlpark, in Gauteng Province, where he said that the security system around the hero provincial commissioner has been upgraded to protect his dear life. Asked if he is to take any action against Mkhwanazi, the National Police Commissioner said he was awaiting President Cyril Ramaphosa's intervention. However, Masemola made it clear that he would not be persecuting Mkhwanazi.
Well, in terms of physical protection, you know that, as I said, he's been getting threats to his life in that province. We have beefed up his security, but he won't be persecuted. From my side, surely there will be no persecution of any member of South African Police Service, not only him, but anyone.
And then what was the justification for the closure of the political killings task team?
Look, as I said, I don't want to dwell more in that regard. I don't know. I don't know the reasons, but I'm sure you heard Mkhwanazi said after Cat Nhlanhla was arrested, it became clear as to what the reasons were. So I don't want to get deeper into that.
Presidential spokesperson Vincent Magwenya said President Cyril Ramaphosa has noted statements made by KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi. According to Magwenya, Ramaphosa said, "This is a matter of grave national security concern that is receiving the highest priority attention." It is vital that the integrity of the country's security services is safeguarded and that the rule of law is affirmed.
For the President, having noted the statement made by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, this is a matter of grave concern. It's a matter of national security that is going to receive the highest priority attention. The President regards it vital that at all material times we affirm the rule of law and we affirm the integrity of the security services. It is also important that all the parties that are involved in the matter exercise restraint and furthermore avoid actions that are damaging to the unity and focus of the police. As you know, the President will be wrapping up his visit tomorrow. The BRICS summit will be coming to an end tomorrow around midday, and thereafter the President will proceed to travel to South Africa, and this is the matter that he will be attending to as soon as possible on his return.
Meanwhile, political analyst Goodenough Masheko suggests that Ramaphosa may be hesitant to fire Mchunu due to his political influence in KZN, where he played a key role in securing votes for the African National Congress, ANC. However, Masheko also argues that Ramaphosa's credibility is at stake, particularly after failing to act decisively in past high-profile cases involving other ministers. The situation is further complicated by the fact that Mkhwanazi's accusations have exposed a dangerous web of infighting, sabotage, and political power struggles at the highest levels of the police service. Rafaiti believes that the unfolding scandal is rooted in factional battles over top leadership positions, including the post of head of the Hawks and even that of National Police Commissioner. Adding fuel to the fire is the alleged tension between former Police Minister Begitele and Mchunu, which has created an unstable and politically charged environment within SAPS. Rafaiti claims that Tele has been on the ground protecting the president at all costs, referencing controversial matters such as Phala and vote-rigging allegations. After Senzo Mchunu lost the ANC provincial chairmanship to Sihle Zikalala in December 2015, the newly elected leadership removed him unceremoniously as premier for non-performance and deployed him to the National Assembly. His relationship with the provincial leadership soured, but President Cyril Ramaphosa boosted his political fortunes by appointing him to various critical cabinet posts, including the latest as Police Minister. It was a just reward for his steadfast alignment with the president's slates during fiercely contested ANC elections in 2017 and 2022 against a strong anti-Ramaphosa push in KwaZulu-Natal. In response to the allegations, Mchunu has dismissed them as wild allegations and claims.
Well, we have become aware of what General Mkhwanazi said we have been saying. I didn't have time to look at TV, but there are those statements that he has made. We will, in good time, apply our minds to those kind of statements.
However, the gravity of the accusations and the potential damage to the credibility of SAPS cannot be ignored. If Mkhwanazi's allegations are true, it is Mchunu's ambition to become South Africa's president that could have led Mchunu into the embrace of those willing to sponsor a journey to the top through means legitimate and moral, or illegal and deadly, if indeed drug lords are funding his quest for power. As ANC Provincial Secretary and Chairman, as well as a member of the Executive Council and Premier, Mchunu was highly regarded even by the opposition as a scrupulous individual, certainly not one to link with cartels involved in political killings. Revelations that Begitele has also benefited from Vusimuzikat Mathlala's lavish gifts through his stays at the Tender Tycoon's exclusive penthouse in a Pretoria hotel point to a deeper problem for the ANC in KZN. Like Mchunu, Tele is a senior leader from the province and has served in the National Executive Committee for many years. News 24 has reported that while Mkhwanazi has identified Mathlala as key to the alleged criminal cartel buying influence with Mchunu and other top police officers, Tele is also caught in the web. Mkhwanazi has effectively alleged that there is a high-level criminal syndicate operating in South Africa that extends into SAPS, the police ministry, parliament, official prison structures, the judiciary, and other law-enforcing authorities. He also referred to alleged dodginess linked to the National Prosecuting Authorities, NPA, corruption-busting team and inferred that the country's critical crime intelligence unit may have been intentionally imploded. These allegations have raised concerns about the potential for state corruption, cover-ups, and dirty tricks reminiscent of the state capture era under former President Jacob Zuma. While Mkhwanazi's claims have not been tested in court or officially corroborated, they echo previous suspicions and scandals that have plagued the country. One of the most troubling aspects of Mkhwanazi's allegations is the alleged involvement of police officers in international drug trafficking. He claims that a drug cartel operating in Gauteng is importing drugs from South America, often entering South Africa via the port of Durban in KZN. These drugs are then smuggled from KZN to Gauteng to be processed and distributed throughout the country and other countries. Mkhwanazi's claims are supported by a 200 million rand cocaine crackdown in 2021 in Johannesburg, which revealed that cocaine from Brazil was being transported from KZN to Gauteng. The investigation also led to the arrests of police officers, further highlighting the potential for corruption within law enforcement. The scandal has also implicated Major General Feroz Khan, the head of counterintelligence and security at Crime Intelligence, and his boss, Dumisani Khumalo, who headed crime intelligence nationally. Khan had been accused of defeating the ends of justice and bringing SAPS into disrepute concerning his presence at the 2021 interception. Khumalo was arrested late last month, along with 6 colleagues, in connection with an allegedly irregular appointment. Mkhwanazi alleges that in the run-up to Khumalo's detention, members of crime intelligence released classified documents and handed them over to a member of parliament. These documents allegedly related to issues including vetting as well as covert properties. Mkhwanazi claims that the MP subsequently registered a criminal case in Gauteng and that Police Minister Mchunu was allegedly approached and asked to take these dockets and assign them to someone else. He further alleges that Mchunu's chief of staff wrote to the Investigating Directorate Against Corruption, IDAC, asking that the cases of crime intelligence vetting process manipulation be investigated. The IDAC did indeed arrest Khumalo and his 6 colleagues. Mkhwanazi claims that the IDAC investigating officer apparently overseeing the case was a retired policeman, a former member of crime intelligence who was not qualified for the IDAC role and had no investigative experience at all. Mkhwanazi's allegations have raised serious questions about the integrity of crime intelligence and the potential for manipulation within the unit. He claims that the vetting section within crime intelligence has more powers than any other units within that space because they can scrutinize everything about an applicant who is applying for security clearance, and they can manipulate that security clearance process for their own benefit. He also alleges that on the 31st of December 2024, Police Minister Mchunu had issued a letter suspending the filling of crime intelligence vacancies, resulting in KZN having no provincial crime intelligence head. This, according to Mkhwanazi, has left the province vulnerable to criminal syndicates. The unfolding scandal has drawn criticism from various figures, including forensic investigator Paula Sullivan, who has disputed some of Mkhwanazi's allegations and criticized his appearance during the press briefing, suggesting that it looked like he's threatening a coup. Thank you for watching this news video. We'd love to hear what you think about this story, so please leave your comments below. We read them all and appreciate your insights. Join us again in our next strange story. Until then, goodbye.